So, I was thinking about making this video for a few days. I haven't told River about it, of course. I gotta be just keeping everything in my mind,
Of course.
obsessing and worrying. You know how it goes. But I wanted us to sit down together for a few minutes, if she could tolerate me that long.
Of course.
Tomorrow is the day our son is going to be born,
Yeah.
and I thought it would be interesting for us in the future. Hello, future silence. Hello, future River.
I hope you're surviving.
I hope you're more normal.
More normal? We don't want to ask too much.
Just what our current feelings are, where we're at individually, together, what our feelings of entirely terror at this moment are.
Yeah.
So if you want to go first, you're more than welcome.
Oh,
I got a dog at my feet, so don't mind me if I look down.
I feel like there's just a lot of emotions going on all at once, which builds the terror feeling. I don't necessarily think that terror is one of them for
No,
me.
terror is an exaggeration on
Yes,
my part.
but it's like
But-
that feeling, that panic feeling, because so many emotions are going on
Mhm.
at once.
The
Like,
excitement, the nervousness.
yeah, obviously we're super excited, super
Yeah.
happy, like cannot wait to meet our little child that is just we already know but don't know at all. And like it's just like all of that.
And I feel like throughout the pregnancy, at least for me, I've had moments where I've like realized that stuff. I've seen
Yeah.
that stuff,
Yeah.
and felt that but now that it's here,
Yes.
now that we are at the time of recording this, let's see, I'm bad with math.
14 hours
8,
away.
16,
14.
16.
It's
It's
almost
4 o'clock.
4.
4
Okay,
minutes,
that's
12.
true. Okay, let me clarify
She's going
why.
to the hospital.
Yes.
Time where we have to be there at 6
I'm
a.m. in the
counting
morning.
Yeah, I'm
Do you know when the
counting
last time I
that.
woke up at 6 a.m. was?
No, we have to wake up at 5 to be there by 6. It's okay.
Why?
It's okay.
What?
Is the beginning of not having sleep for the next
Sleep, I have loved you every minute I've been
however
with you.
long.
That Saturday not too long ago that I slept until 11:30, I will never forget you.
But
Calm down, puppy.
yeah, so we're 16 hours away from meeting our son.
Yeah.
And
Well, the surgery starts at 8. It won't be immediately out of there.
it'll be from what I've been told,
It'll
never
be
been
cool.
through this before, but from what I've been told, it'll be fairly quickly after the surgery starts that our son will be in the world, like yeah.
Out to the womb, into the world.
Yeah. So, but like
We're so sorry.
not really sorry.
No.
But anyway, I feel like other than excitement, I think there's also that nervousness. There's not really
we
a
keep
word
saying
that.
Yeah, there's no word for it because it's like before your wedding,
Yeah.
before a big date, maybe like
Yeah.
a big important. It's that next life moment where
It's
it's like
like
you don't know.
The anticipation of the unknown.
Yeah,
That like you don't know what's
the
going
anxiousness.
to yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not
You're excited for
bad,
it,
but
but
it's yeah.
it's so much of a change. We've
It
been
is.
like, we've been dating since 2014.
Yeah.
We've been married for 3.5 years, going on 4 years,
Mhm.
and now we have to completely change our dynamic.
Yeah.
I feel like in many ways we've just gotten used to being a couple, and now we're no longer a couple. We're a couple with a baby.
Yeah.
And that doesn't sound like much of a difference. And some people aren't going to make it to be a big difference. And for some people, it might not be a big difference. But for us, it's a big difference. And
Yeah.
it's one that we're ready for. And you can be as ready as you want to be and still feel this
Oh yeah,
way.
for sure.
Like that, the nerves, the pressure, anticipation, the anxiety, the all of it that's there. It's exciting, it's awesome, it's terrifying, it's exhilarating. Like feeling him kick, feeling him like knowing he is a living, well, not quite breathing yet, but living child.
Practicing breathing.
Practicing breathing. Yes, yes. Like his heartbeat's been there. Like we heard that so early on.
Yeah.
Like what was it? 9 weeks.
Well, we saw it at five
We
or
saw it.
6
We
weeks.
saw it. We saw. Yes, actually, we did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We couldn't hear it at that point because it
Yeah.
was so tiny, but you could see it just
We
thump
could
it
see the
away.
start of it. Yeah.
Yeah. And then we heard it probably 11 weeks, I think, is when it was.
Yeah.
It was in between 9 and 11 weeks that
Mhm.
we went in for the true ultrasound or
Yeah.
whatever at the doctor's office. But yeah, I mean, like, it was there.
Yeah.
Just incredible. And going through this whole, like, I think for me too, and it's probably not going to be as weird as I think it is, but like, I heard somebody say that it was weird not being pregnant after like giving
Yes,
birth.
I've heard that.
And I feel like that's gonna be me in a way for at least a couple days of just been like, because like I've, waking up in the middle of the night and just like feeling him there and like knowing that he's right there and he's safe and you like feel him move and everything. And like now, obviously, I'm gonna wake up and see him and be able to hold him, but it's gonna be weird, like, and that also brings up like other things of like now I have to like protect him outside of
Yeah.
me, like.
It's like your body's been
Nothing-
protecting him on its
Yeah,
own,
like, I don't
and now
have to
you
worry
have to
about
like
him here.
you gotta make sure he's fed, he's kept warm. Like we're going into fall. Like he's not gonna have problems with the cold yet, but soon winter is coming.
Like I was setting up his bassinet in
But
our
pumpkin
room,
spice is coming.
and I'm like, how much is too much of the fan to be on him? Like, do I need to not have the fan on at all? Like, or is the air conditioner going to like the slight little breeze that might like go over? Is that gonna be too much for him? Like, I'm gonna calm down. It's fine, and I'm not actually panicking as much as that. But like those thoughts go through your head of just like these little things that are just they're and it could all change like once we meet him. Just like everything's fine.
Yeah.
And like I mean, no.
Sorry.
There obviously will be still things like this, but like the unknowns of not knowing you're gonna meet your son, but like at the same time just like who is this little person gonna
Right.
be? And
All that potential bundled up in a little thing that we're gonna be carrying in our arms someday. Be probably sitting in front of a computer like this, playing a game, going through life, getting getting a girlfriend, getting married, having their own kids, becoming grandparents in that regard. Like that's my weird thoughts.
Yeah.
Like that's the way I process it. Is like, and it's the way I try and in a way practically look at it. Of like, I'm weird in that I look at a bigger picture kind of way. I feel weird about it, but like I look at it, I'm like, it feels like yesterday we got married. It feels like yesterday I went to college.
Yeah.
It feels like yesterday that all these things happened, and that means it's gonna feel like tomorrow when his siblings are being born.
yeah.
It's gonna feel like tomorrow when he goes to his first day of kindergarten. It's gonna be like that, and I know it, and I hate that. I'm like, I know that.
But
I'm not
at
gonna
the
pretend.
same
It's
time-
exciting, like seeing everything, all the potential in the future. It's exciting,
Yeah.
but for me, I'm like, it makes me go. It makes me feel like this. I don't have a lot of time myself. I don't want anybody watching this who's like, you're 26, silence. You got like, yeah, maybe I do. I hope so. Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
But like, also, it's going like that.
But I think that
What do
also,
I want to do? What do I want to do? That makes me like, I want to be the kind of person. I want to be the kind of dad that he can look up to as an example and have as an example. And while I've, everyone's told me, Rivers told me dozens of times, you're gonna be a great dad, great dad. And I'm confident I'm going to be a competent father figure. I want to be healthy. I want to be an example physically of what he can achieve and what he should be as a man one day. And as just all that stuff comes into your head, and you're like, okay, what do I do now? Because I want to be that.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's just going to be there. It's not going. It's just going to be being there. It's going to be, being there for as much as I can, because I don't want to miss out on any of that. I know we are both on the same page with that. We don't want to ever put family as the back burner. Family is not the back burner. Family is
Number one.
number one.
Yeah.
God, family, everything else.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's like family dinners. All of that is such a priority to me in my mind. Like building our family, getting, aunts and uncles involved in their lives, getting grandparents especially involved. Like,
Yeah.
not to raise them, but to be a part of their lives. Because I feel very strongly that it's our responsibility to raise them. But I want family to be there. I want them to know them. And I know, like, this is just, we got a wide range of people who are probably watching this right now. I'm like, I want everyone, I want my friends involved. I want them to see my kid growing up. I want, this, I want him to know, I don't know, say this jokingly, just shouting at a couple random people. I want him to know Uncle Haddock, the crazy one. I want him to know, like, there's so many people, Uncle Imperial, I want him to know you guys, and but like in a normal human way, like you would have friends over and the baby's raised, and and it's exciting. It is just exciting because like you feel. I guess that's kind of the way it feels the most. You feel the potential.
Yeah.
You feel all of that right there, and you're like, I don't want to waste this.
It's almost like, I mean, I know it's not really an advantage because I feel like every parent has this moment of like, this is, I don't know if the first day of the rest of their lives kind of is I don't know if that's the right phrase, but just like like you said, there's so much potential for everything that you hope and dream in the right way for your child and you want. And it's when I say like we have an advantage when we look at it that way, I mean, I want to take advantage of that perspective.
Right.
And like just instead of being like, oh well, I wish we had done this, I wish we had done that, like try and do those things.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean,
go on those hikes, go on those family
and I mean,
trips.
obviously not putting any like pressure or expectation or
undue
like any undue
pressure
yeah.
or
Undue
expectations,
pressure
because
and
without expectations and without proper pressure,
true,
you don't go anywhere.
Right. Yeah, without undue pressure, and I'm probably not saying it correctly.
No,
but
that's why I clarified.
Yeah. Pregnancy brain, real thing. But yeah, like taking advantage of that time that we have and looking forward while taking full advantage of every single day.
Yeah.
And like, we have so many goals of
every minute of sleep we can.
Yeah, well, yeah, that specifically, but like do the things, like spend time with our little family until it continues to grow, and then spend time with, make the time to spend that wisely.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I mean, that in a good way adds a sense of pressure to everything.
And I think one of the best ways I've heard it phrased is from Dr. Jordan Peterson. And you've probably heard it a dozen times if you're on Instagram or TikTok, because everyone was using it for their reels that they have of their kids. YouTube shorts. It was everywhere. But it was like, you have little kids for 4 years. That's it. But his whole point of it, the little short reel, and it's part of a longer speech, is there's something special about that time,
Yeah.
the first 4 years, and there's something special about the whole 18 years.
Oh, absolutely.
But that
They grow and
first 4
change.
years, there's so much growth, and it's like both of us are like, that's the time we want to take advantage of right
Yeah.
now. We want to enjoy that time.
Yeah.
And so it's gonna be interesting 4 years from now, stopping and looking back and be like, they were so silly thinking they were gonna accomplish that much. And maybe we will. Maybe we will.
I honestly think there will be, and maybe we should, just for posterity, is that the right word? I don't know. For fun, we should kind of maybe state some of our goals or thoughts that we would like. But I'm sorry. But I mean, like, I honestly think there will be some, it'll probably be a 50-50. Some goals that we're like, wow, we nailed that. Like,
Yeah.
wow, I didn't even think we would be able to do that. And then in other ones, we'll just like, wow, what were we thinking? Like, how in the
Yeah.
world would we
Yeah.
have ever done that? Because, you know, hindsight is 2020. You like, you
It's 2030 actually.
But yeah, it was like, you never know. But what are some goals or some thoughts that you'd like to do?
Well, I mean, especially if I keep up with teaching and stuff like that, I'd like to make the mornings before I leave, if he's up. I mean, because at some point he'll be up, because I'll have to go to school. But
Yes.
like, I'd like that time to be special, of sitting down and having breakfast. Is I'll have to get up.
Yes.
That's gonna be the condition of it.
It will no longer be me sending the dogs in to wake him up. It'll be
Your
me.
baby crying.
Yeah.
Oh, I get it. Ah.
Like, go wake daddy
Yeah.
up.
Especially when he's like wrote it, our niece's age.
Mm-hmm.
Like, come on.
She's adorable. She's cute.
Oh, she's adorable. But doing things like that, my goal is, after I'm done with my work day, once again, this is all considering staying in the same field that I'm in. After the work day, well, you're getting dinner ready if I'm not cooking dinner that night, because we'll probably swap back and forth more then.
We do quite a bit, so I don't see
She's
that.
become quite the accomplished cook,
Well, thank you.
with me having to work all the time.
I've had a great teacher. We'll put it
When you're
that
not
way.
frustrated with me. I'd like that time in the evening before I even consider sitting down on my computer, because I know this time's gonna be limited, guys. But I want that to be special. I want that to be like dinner time together. I want that to be, we go outside and play. We take the dogs for a walk. We go over to the dog park. Put them in a little bassinet thing in the back of the bike, and I buy a new bike since mine was stolen.
Don't dwell on that.
I'm bitter still. If you have stolen my bike, please return it to this address.
Please. It would be lovely. Yeah, I think some of my goals, some of them overlap, because we both
That's
want.
just general structure more than anything.
Yeah.
Sorry, go
But
ahead.
I mean, those are some good goals of like wanting to go out and be more active than
Be intentional
we
about
have.
time.
Yeah, intentional spending time. I think that kind of coincides with one of my goals of when I was a kid. Like, I had a great childhood. Like, don't get me wrong, don't regret any of it. But I wish that my parents had been more of like taking advantage of like little activities for kids that kind of are around.
And you might not remember some of them too.
No, and it's possible that I was taken to some of them, but I'd like my child to, like, have an interest in, does it sound right to say an interest in the community, but not like in a weird way? Just like be aware that events are happening and it's fun to go to events.
Right.
Like in that way of not like, here's our neighborhood and go meet everybody, you know, like
Right,
not
right.
in that way, but in a fun way of
There's a fancy concert by Dayton Philharmonic next week. So, Reginald, are you ready to go? Yes, Papa.
yes, exactly. That that would be our child if he had any say in it. Um,
Do I have a say in it?
we'll see. But yeah, like things like that, just like going and having fun and not just at home, you know, like going out to events or whatever. You understand what I'm saying?
I think so.
I think that would be fun, because I feel like, and this is just a statement on our lives. I feel like I don't get out and take the time to go to certain things because I've either grown lazy or complacent or I don't feel like it or whatever. What?
This is definitely not anything I've tried to encourage her about either.
No, I know, but like I want to encourage my children to do
Mhm.
that, which in turn would also encourage me to do the same thing because we have to take them. But like doing things like that, I think helps to encourage one social things, which is really great for kids, but also just kind of doing things as a family and or you know, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's one of my bigger things. Whether that will actually happen or not, who knows? We'll find out. But but that and just having being more active
Mm.
and being out in nature would be lovely.
Yeah. We need to go to a few other hiking spots.
Yeah.
Both these dogs would love it. Loba
Mm.
would probably just go wild hunting. Speaking of Loba, I'm very
Yes.
concerned that she's not in here. It hasn't been
Probably
in here.
laying down on my chair downstairs.
I hope. Because she's been getting into trouble.
We'll find out eventually.
So, yeah. I think that's where I'm at.
Yeah. Excited.
Terrified in every good way.
Yes.
Yeah.
A little bit anxious. Okay. A lot bit anxious. But not all bad.
No, no. Excited for the future.
Yeah.
Excited for the potential. To take advantage of that potential.
Yeah.
And create our family, create our environment, raise our kids with us. And hopefully future kids, like building a family up on foundations, on strong foundations.
Yeah.
Knowing that we stand with each other, we encourage each other, we uplift each other from the beginning.
Yeah.
And he's not going to understand that when he's this small. Well, when
No.
he's this small, he'll begin to.
Yeah.
Because you see the difference. And it doesn't matter. And I want to give our child the best chance he has. And
Absolutely.
he's already got a lot of advantages starting off with me. It's a fall.
I agree.
But, yeah.
Yeah.
Keep an eye out for pictures, guys.
Yeah.
First pictures, I'll try and get them up as soon as I can. I'm gonna be a little busy and a little focused. But I'm getting stuff out to family obviously first, and then I'll try and get what I can up in Discord, Facebook, wherever you probably see this video. Thank you guys for your support through all of this journey. There will be some clips from my final Twitch stream coming up soon, and I'll probably post the whole thing. It's just a 9-hour stream.
It was a fun stream though.
It was.
It was good.
You guys are asking me. You guys are making me miss it. As someone said, Silence, you should do final streams more often.
But final stream number 137.
It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of good times. And yeah, I'm hoping to keep up with some gaming content. And I'm definitely going to keep up with life updates and casual gaming in Discord. So,
Yeah.
And River will be there too.
I
I don't know if she's planning on continuing streaming or not herself.
Honestly, I have no idea. Like, I feel like I'm kind of. I go in between of like a month of oh, I want to stream like a couple times a week. And then I'll be like, no, I need to focus on family and whatever else. And so I'll not do anything. And then I'll go back to being like, hey, I want to stream a little bit.
I have
So
no idea what that's like.
no, not at all. But I will say I probably will stream, but I don't. There is absolutely no promises of when that will happen, how often that will happen.
She's gonna be recovering for quite a while.
Yeah,
So
yeah. And I mean, neither of us are going to be focusing on much of anything other than
yeah.
spending the time that he is not at work together as a family, taking advantage of him while I can, keep him doing things
Before I
around
go back to work.
and doing all that, and then figuring out work life and
No.
how that's gonna all fall into place.
Yeah.
And then it'll all settle down as much as a new family can settle down. And then we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. So,
All right. Well, hopefully we'll have a new video soon. We're going to get a baby in our arms.
you will no longer be in here. You will be out here.
Yes. All right, guys, we will catch you next time. Thank you for watching all that fun jazz. Check the links in the description. Okay, all that fun stuff. We'll catch you guys next time.
Hit the like button and subscribe. Sorry, I just had to.
Had to.
Had to.
Had to.
Absolutely had to.